I'm in the kids' room. I'm staying at a Ryokan, which is, hi everybody, how you doing? I'm in Matsushima, Japan. This is my costume, yes. Doing? Am I still there? Whoops, they said I lost the stream. I can't guarantee that it's that great here. It looks like I'm still recording. I just got to check the stream because I don't know what's going on. Oh dear, let's see here. Did it work? Did it work? Yes, I think we are live. Just waiting to get things organized here and then we can hang out. This is the first time I've been able, I got here, I was sick. Look, folks, I'm not going to tell you what I ate on the plane. Okay, we're not going to go there. But what I will say is that my rabbi would have been sorely disappointed. But the pig, I ate something I shouldn't eat. I got, okay. All right, I got sick on the plane. I was flying Hawaiian. Shalom, hello everyone. I was flying Hawaiian and I tried to do that psychological trick where I will tell my body it can digest this. All right, I might as well tell you what they gave us. It was pork sausage, cheese and egg, McMuffin thing. I guess this is what people eat. I put it in my body thinking that mind over matter. No, 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 don't do it. I have a very sensitive system, a really sensitive system. And my food has to be really clean. I have been ill since and yeah, I've lost some weight. How are you all doing? Boyle and he's got, how am I in a Ryokan? By the way, I'm staying at a Ryokan, so I'm in somebody's large home, and I love it. I love the Ryokan experience. This is the children's room. They've got a karaoke room. They've got a lounge room. They've got several baths because this is a healing spa, Ryokan. So we have a mineral salt bath, women only, the mineral salt bath from 4 to 11 p.m., I think. And then these days, there's if you've read any Tolstoy, people always go to the watering holes when people had like tuberculosis. So that's what this is. This is like an old-fashioned watering hole where people would come and bathe in the waters. And it's, I'll try and get some outdoor shots for you so that you can see it, but it's really pretty. It's not expensive. The yen is very low. And if you go with a friend, you can cut the cost 50-50. The ticket, I think, was 1,000. So that's the big expense, is the ticket. You can go capsule hotel, which is very cheap, $25 a night, and they're very nice. And sometimes they come with free drinks and food. And the subway system is really slums. If most people speak English, you might get lost, but it's okay. We went to Sendai, the shopping mall at the Sendai station, because we'd heard about it. It was 80 buildings joined through the Sendai subway station. So all of them are all interconnected. So we had never seen a shopping mall like that before. It's crazy. So that's where I got some clothes. I spent a whopping $80. I got like 5 outfits because it's all outlet. So that was really cool. Got a cold. I got sick from eating not kosher food. And then I think the act of getting, sorry you guys, choked a little bit. And I think that that's what caused but you know what? It's hot. Also, I want to warn you, if you come to Japan in June, it's packed with people. Best time to come is after October. And then you'll be able to go to the south, which is way too hot right now. Oops, looks like I'm freezing. Am I freezing? Okay. Like I said, the connection is not that great because we're in the basement. Thank you. I feel really good. Thank you, Leah. Let me say hi to you guys. Let me see who's all here. You guys are all upset about the debate. It means nothing. Listen to Lichtenstein. You're just being manipulated by CNN. They're just trying to increase their ratings. He had a cold. Are people really going to vote so that women don't have the right to choose? Is that really where America's headed? No more right to choose because of a bad debate? Really? You think so? Yeah, I just don't see it. I think that I think Americans are not that stupid, and I don't think that they're gullible. There's a lot of ways we can compare what's happening now to what happened in Germany, because Hitler was able to get in because the chancellor was elderly, and then he died, and Hitler found his way in. And so we could argue that similar things are brewing now. The world is in chaos. An aging statesman. We have a choice. How close are we to World War III if you look at pure mathematics? You could argue that World War III is inevitable. That World War III is inevitable in the sense that if Iran is 100% committed to destroying Israel and the United States, as it has said, wants to destroy Israel and the United States. Little Satan and Big Satan wants to destroy America more than Israel, by the way. I think a lot of people don't know that. Then you could argue that if a country is using a large amount of its money to destroy America, and it's doing it from within by taking over its university. No choice, don't America, Israel. You really have no choice. And the choice is you must dismantle Iran. So one of the things we teach people in heart-centered remote viewing is not that we see the future. I want to be very clear here. What we see is objective reality. A lot of people have colds right now, like Biden was sick, he's flying, you could tell he was sick. But that doesn't change the fundamental energy. Pure math is what you get to when you use remote viewing. So what is HCRV? HCRV is the ability to ground ourselves, to check our emotional body. We give our emotional body work in HCRV. We keep the emotional body, the stomach, the emotional body, the third chakra, we keep it a victim of the reaction above it and see things, scan the grid, and look at things objectively without ego and without falling into emotionalism, which is very difficult for empaths. So when you stand back without any emotion and you simply look at things objectively, it's really not complicated where we're headed. America's going to have to dismantle Iran. America and Israel must dismantle Iranian leadership. That's objective reality. If a country is dedicated to wiping you off the map, you're really not left with a lot of choices. And so one of the things I've learned from HCRV, and I've gone over the math 101 times, multiple computer systems, etc., is that World War III is inevitable. America and Israel will take that. Predicting the future. People have free choice. What will happen if they don't take out Iran? It could be a scenario. We could talk ourselves through that scenario using heart-centered remote viewing. We could stand back, follow the grid. What would happen if Israel and the United States do not take out Iran? Let's play the scenario. Let's say we pay Iran not to kill us, just like we paid Egypt not to kill Israel, right? We'll give you weapons, we'll give you security, we'll pay you not to destroy Israel. We'll give money to Egypt, we'll give money to Israel, and they'll all get along. Well, that didn't work because actually Egypt was tacitly, with members of their own military, allowing weapons to come and kill Jews, right? We found out about the tunnels between, and that was how they were smuggling weapons, being aided and abetted by people in the Egyptian military, right? So what happened when we paid the enemy? They said, thank you very much for the money. Oh, I'm frozen again. And they still tried to destroy us. We still had October 7th, and they got rich. So what happens when we give Iran money, like Obama trying to do a deal? They made money, and then what did they use the weapons? What did they use the money for? Weapons to kill Jews, weapons to destroy. So that any deal we make with Iran would do what? It'd be money for Iran to destroy. What are we back to? This is HCRB. Now you're thinking like someone who does HCRB. Follow, you scan, look at every scenario without any emotion. You can observe what your body is doing. Now play out that scenario. You pay them off. Maybe you can buy some time, 3 years, 4 years. And then when Iran comes after us, they will finish the job because we've given them 4 years to build arms and become bigger and badder. And we've basically rewarded them for terrorizing us. And so paying off Iran basically ends with Israel getting wiped off the map 4 years from now, as opposed to later rather than soon, I guess. But is that a solution? So you play it over and over and over. I did that. So now you don't have to, right? So where do we go? Always comes back to the same thing. The West has to take out Iran. Sorry, I'm freezing so much. If a country is dedicated to obliterating you, and paying them not to is only delaying the inevitable and making them richer, what does the math show you? That's pure math. If there's no change in the Iranian leadership, so now you know what they know. You know what they know. And now we can talk about it like intelligent adults because we've gone through it. And it's important, I think, that I don't think that, I think that America needs to be honest with the American, I think that we need to be honest with the American people about what's, I think they don't want to scare people, but let me see if I can show you this again. I'm always, see, pure math, baby, pure math, right? So one of the things I like about doing HCRV is that it always takes you, if you do it properly, to pure math. Pure math. Does this look familiar to any of you? You heard anything like this recently? Maybe from Joe Biden? Why does everybody come up with the same 3 phases? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I don't know. How did we come here? Maybe that's the question we need to ask ourselves. Since we know what's coming, we can prepare. My loves. Trump did this to us. That's pure math. No. And this is something we have to, let me show you something else here. See, the great thing about being a professional empath is that we are the most emotional people in the world. And yet we're learning how to control our emotions, right? And just look at data. HCRB gives the empath the ability to do that. You see? He did this. Him and his friend Bibi Netanyahu. This was done in 2019. In 2019, we were told that Hezbollah was going to take over because of what this man did. I'm getting a second doctoral degree based on the data I've been collecting. Mazel tov to me. But I invite other people to check the data. Here's the data. This is from 2019, January 3rd, 2019. If this man pulls US troops out of this area, Hezbollah will move in. This man did this to us. I'm an Israeli, by the way. I'm dual citizen with the state of Israel. Proud Jew, proud Israeli, proud American. It's important for us, Yidden, to put emotion aside. Just what happened. This is the man that did this to us. Nachon, you understand? 4 more years, there won't be a state of Israel. That's the math. You want to talk about it? How do we help people be logical and less emotional? How do we help people be more rational and less emotional? How do we give the gift of HCRB to everyone so that everyone knows this technique and can put their own bias and ego and emotionalism aside so that we can see things as they are and prepare our we have collectively created. And let's do the empath prayer. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journey to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively as a community, we say, Amen. Okay. Do you feel that good people can get confused? Do you think that good people are getting confused? Because I do. I think good people are getting confused. I think good people are scared, and scared people can make mistakes because we become emotional. We run around like chickens with our heads cut off, and we say things and we do things that are not rational, right? Let's do a reading. I missed you. We have each other. So we're going to be fine. None of us are victims. Not anymore. We're smart, empowered, intelligent people. And we don't have to take crap from anybody. Those days are over. All right, I'll do this as a collective of what we need to do to make things better all around. How's that sound? Okay, where we are at right now, the world. So, this is for the world. That is the first message from Spirit. The base, when I give a tarot reading, I look to the back as the main point of the reading. What is the point of this entire thing in one card? Look to the back. You can give the reading, no problem, but if you don't look to the back, you got to look at the back card. I do 12 cards in my Celtic. Now there's a card under the base card. Did you know that? It was lost in history. 12 because of the 12 tribes. Yeah, it's not a Celtic Christ. I don't know what it's the 12, maybe we call it 12 tribes now, I don't know. But it was always 12, and then it became 10, right? There's a card under the base card. Did you know that? Who here knows there's a card under the base card? A lot of people don't know it. A lot of readers don't know it. That's your karma card, baby. That's what you cannot escape. So people will go, they'll get a 10-card reading, and they'll get a great effective 10-card reading. But the reader is missing the juice, right? The base and the karma. We're dealing with an issue of the world, the point of Whimsy's reading, before we even get started, in Hebrew we say the pashat. What's the main point? The world. We're talking about the world, what we have to deal with in the world. What's the karma? Archangel Michael, the truth. He brings the sword of truth. We have to talk about the truth of the world. The karma is the truth. The world must face the truth. In plainer words, the base cards are saying that at this time, we must all come to the truth. Very good, Leah. Yofe ma'od. In Hebrew, we say bidyuch, exactly, bidyuch. So we have the truth of the world coming to us right now, where we are right now, the sun. So we have these energy coming. All the cards is saying, you got to get to the truth. The karma is we cannot escape the truth. The world must come to the truth. The sun is coming out. We got to face the truth. What is our crossing card? Archangel Uriel can be very aggressive. Archangel Uriel, which is similar to the Hebrew word Ariel, which is lion. So it's fiery, it's hot, Lion of Judah. So Uriel, also similar to Ari, Aries, they have similar names. Perhaps they have similar origins. Aries, fire, Uriel, Ariel, the lion. So it's a fire card. It's but also he burns. Uriel burns a path. So there's a new path coming. So the thing is, there's a new path coming, and we have this sun card coming. What is above us? The military. And what sits below us? The King of Wands. Hello. People just came in here. And what is behind is a financial situation. Thief. There is a man, I think there's a man attempting to steal the election. I'm on the jumping thing. I gotta try one of these. I think I used to have one when I was a kid. Can you guys see this? I don't know if you guys can see the cards. Trump attempting to, and look at this thief. Can you guys see these? Look at this. You've got this military card, but this is also Trump. And then you've got the thief's card. And what is this? The King of Wands. Is this like a war card? War and military and heat and truth. And look at this here, conflict, and the opposition is trying to stop things. You see, Obama tried to do that, right? Obama was the one that tried to pay Iran not to hate everybody, right? Not to kill everybody. It didn't work, obviously. They hate us more than ever, and it just didn't work. So I think that what Biden attempted to do honorable, but when people are hell bent on an option, it's interesting. The Talmud tells us that when someone comes to kill you, you don't shoot to wound, because that only pisses them off. And the problem with the West is that we keep shooting to wound, and that just pisses them off. No, the Talmud says when they come to kill you, you take them out. If they come to kill you, you must take them out. Which brings us right back to where we started, World War III. It's inevitable. Sanctions don't work because it's like shooting the enemy in the foot. And the Talmud says that just pisses them off. So what happened with the sanctions? They got pissed off and they sent it's angrier. So it's actually having the opposite effect. So that is the only mathematical solution. Trust me, I've done the math. And Biden's done the math. Sorry, guys. truth of the world. There's this businessman here. This businessman is coming to us. I don't know what that's about. I'm going to move in just a second because they're playing. There's a court case coming against a businessman. Is that Don Jr.? Is that Don C? Oh, Biden's going to win and Don Jr. is going to prison. That's what this is. The victory card falls on the president. Biden's going to win, according to the cards. But look at this. The businessman who goes to court, who attempts to flee. Our opposition is strong, unfortunately. I'm going to do the cards on Iran, but I'm going to move us, okay, you guys? Because I don't want to bother these people. I love Ryokans. You guys got to do a Ryokan. They're absolutely amazing. The Ryokan experience. Okay, let's move us. Ooh. I'm half hoping that this old Ryokan is haunted with like hungry ghost. I'm hoping. We can only hope. We hope, we dream, we pray. Just one or two. Do you guys see me? Am I okay? Am I back on? Okay. So basically, the cards are actually pretty good. That was interesting. I was like, who's this businessman? There's a businessman that's going to prison. That was so cool because I didn't immediately figure it out. It's like, oh, that's Trump. So, wow, he's going to prison, huh? Wow. Do you guys want to see the Ryokan? Do you guys want to see this place? Do you guys want to see it? Wow. Isn't it pretty? Junior showed himself on Emirati's airplane. Geez, that's like 2,500. Oh, I don't know. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, it's now you think I spent $1 million, don't you? Okay, what do you, by the way, this is with half board, which means breakfast and, um, happy hour, which is extremely substantial, like it's a meal. How much do you think we paid? Paid about 160, and we're splitting it 2 ways. And that includes a bath. I mean, a free three. There are 3 pools. One is a mineral salt. One is out in the garden. Can you imagine going into a bath in the? I can't wait. Can you hear the chimes? Can you guys hear the chimes? Yeah, so don't be afraid of travel like you can't do it if you want to do it, because I think I was able to raise for this trip like 6 months, just putting a little bit aside. No, less than 200, Leia. 160 with half board, half the food. Well, I don't usually eat a large dinner, I just snack. So it was full board because they keep food out here all day long for people. So that is the hotel, breakfast, unlimited snacks, 24-hour free coffee, tea, and alcohol. Unlimited alcohol, by the way. I don't drink alcohol. I tried a little of the beer, though. I can only drink a little. I got drunk. I drank a quarter of a beer. Went, yeah, and then they leave snacks out for us. And yeah, 160, I think, for 2 people. Wow, so that's only $80 per person. Oh yeah, that plus the saunas, the pools, and everything else, full access, $90. My vibe, thank you. I feel really good. And the train, now the whopping cost of the train, okay, drum roll. The whopping cost of the train from Sendai to Matsushima was $3. Yeah. Oh, you don't, yeah, Leia, you don't drink either. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, so I don't want people freaking out too much, even though I've showed you guys the math before. Um, it would be great if I'm proven wrong. I hope I'm proven wrong, you know. Let's see about earthquakes anytime soon. Oh, no, I hope not. Are there going to be any earthquakes soon? People are studying seismic shifts. Let's see. The opposition, patience. Well, it's inevitable. There's going to be a chain reaction, and the whole planet's going to be blown up. So we have to colonize Mars. Isn't that the whole point? Isn't that what the engineers are saying? That it's inevitable that the whole thing's going to go. Isn't that the whole chain reaction hypothesis, that it goes off like a bunch of pops? If one of them goes off, a major one, it can cause a collective. Isn't that what they're saying? Well, it would take one mega volcano to destroy all life on Earth. So how many do we have currently being monitored? 50 at least, right? So you have this energy of kind of like the intellectuals looking at it. When I remote viewed it, when I used HCRB to step back and look at the grid, I found as an engineer that we were looking at ways to dissipate pressure at the core by sending the pressure somewhere else, and that we were studying ways to dissipate the pressure of the core, and that by deviating the pressure from the core, we could reduce the risk of these types of incidences. And that's what we're finding ways to do that. And if we can successfully do that, then we can probably prevent this from happening. So you have this heat coming up and then the cooling of the core, and then it blows up. So if you're observing that and you're a geophysicist and you're an engineer, you could theoretically come up with ways to release the pressure by having it come through another way. So that's one of the amazing things you get to experience as a remote viewer using HCRB. Okay, how do I fix this? How do I step back? Elon Musk uses a form of heart-centered remote viewing. How do I step back, pure math, and just look at this objectively without any emotion? And that's very difficult for people. But I like the fact that the card is this card of intellectualism, where people are looking for a solution. The opposition, patience. We don't have a lot of people are worrying we don't have a lot of time. Hopes and fears that people will abandon or not take the work seriously, to take control of the situation. Page of Pentacles is a very good omen. It means that the resources will be made available. The truth of the matter is, if they can come up with a way to dissipate and relieve these pressures, if they're monitoring the cores, then there's no reason for us to have to be frightened if we develop the science and the technology to do this. But it is something we need to do. It will be fine. We'll do what I said, and we will learn to dissipate the pressure using geophysics and engineering. You can see the final outcome here, Page of Pentacles, which is the gift. It's also Gabriel, Archangel, which is one of my favorite archangels, and the Ten of Cups. So the mega volcano is a problem that the scientists will solve with engineers by diverting the pressure. Yeah, that's the answer. Biggest threat, people not taking it seriously and investing in necessary, educating the public so that they know they have to do it. But once we have the technology and understand how to do it, then we don't have to be afraid anymore. Yeah. Oh, you want to do it? Oh, Leah, did you? Oh, you're not a member. We teach on Wednesdays. Actually, right now we're doing our Tarot series. When I get back, we'll be back on our Tarot series. I guess you guys voted for Fridays, actually. But in the winter, when it's Shabbat is on Friday, starts earlier, then it will go back to Wednesday. Because I don't like to work on Friday night. Am I like the only one that went on vacation? Did any of you go on vacation? Oh, it's interesting, Leah. When the ring of fire starts popping, watch out, is what the ET said. Well, it's kind of funny you say that, because that is the concern, is that they will. But do you think that come on, we got to have hope. Cards say, let's not stress about it. I'm more concerned with taking out Iran. Let's try and see how we can take out Iran with the least amount of people being hurt. How can we dismantle Iranian leadership without losing a single life? How's that for a great question? We've already found through the math that we have to take out Iran. Now, that doesn't mean we have to drop a nuke. It could mean we find a way to dismantle their pure current leadership, which is has a popularity of 10%. Let's take a look. What's the way we dismantle the current regime with the least amount of deaths? Isn't that a great question? Oh, you flew to Arizona? Oh, nice. I love Arizona, actually. It's a beautiful state. It's too hot. I can't do Arizona. After April, May, I can't do Arizona. It's beautiful in the winter. How do we dismantle Iranian leadership with the least amount of deaths? Oh, you guys are so sweet. Hi, Rush. What time is it over there? I'm from the future. What is it, Saturday over here? Friday? Saturday? Regarding the issues of Iran and the data. See, I did the pure math. I did the pure math, so you know Biden's people did the math. Biden. Heartbroken. Grief. Biden will grieve. The karma is that Biden will grieve. The star. Lovers. Star-crossed lovers. What is above? Confusion. What a beautiful country. What a beautiful part of the world, Persia. When you think of the literature and the medicine, they built the first hospitals. The greatest poets like Hafiz, Rumi, and look what they've fallen into because these crazy occupiers, right? Their government is a government of occupiers. They're not Zoroaster. They're not part of the original heart of the people, right? The original religions and culture of what was Persia. This is a new thing that's come in, right? Well, we want to go back to that way. Well, go back to it. This is an occupying. That's not the history of Persia, honey. Yeah, Zoroaster. It's a totally different thing, right? So a lot of people, don't know even the history of Persia, but this is a rough one. You can see the third house, which is like a 9 of swords. This is very stressful and confusion. People really don't know what to do because everybody's seen the math. 7 of wands, by the way, and the fighting back is in the near future. That's not good. I think that's because of what's going on with Hezbollah, which is a proxy army. There's attempts for financial deal. You can't bribe people that want to kill you, folks. It doesn't work. It's interesting. The cards say if the people of Iran were truly happy and prosperous, they wouldn't want to hurt other people. It's saying that the people of Iran are so unhappy. The people who run the government of Iran are so unhappy that they need to have everybody else be unhappy. Everyone in Iran is just walking around depressed and miserable because they are so oppressed by this crazy religion that's holding their government hostage. It's a nightmare for them. And you can see here their hope and fear, the double. So it's like chained to this cult. And that is really, and then I don't see violent end to Iran. I don't see, though I do think there will be great protest because of this card. People fighting to defend their territory. I think I still see this idea of protest in the streets as if people want to take back their own country. What's also interesting is that we have this financial well-being, and instead of war, we have this overall feeling of well-being. Basically, the answer that Spirit is giving is that the fastest way to dismantle Iranian leadership with the least amount of deaths is that the people do it themselves, that the people of Iran rise up and find the way to dismantle their government, and that we give them the resources to do so, that we aid and assist to the best of our ability through our intelligence agencies and give them the tools so that they can take their country back. This through financial incentive, etc. The opposition will be supported. And in this way, the least amount of deaths by promoting the resistance, basically, in that way. Looks like but it does look like some kind of dismantling could be happening, like some kind of internal protest. Let me do a clarification on that. That's what I saw with the assassination of Ibrahim Raisi, that he was being tracked by moderates within the government, that they had been tracking. And by this August, some major event is going to be happening in Iran. There's no war. Something about, look at this, a new contract. This summer, the truth. That's very interesting. Yeah, they're going to take out Iranian leadership. That's interesting because you have the Knight of Pentacles here, stopping it. But what's also interesting is that you had the Queen of Swords, which is justice, over the Sun, which I also read as like an August card. I think we could see another Arab Spring, Persian Spring this summer with these cards. To be honest with you, I would prefer to see them liberate themselves and us give them the tools than for it to be something where we have to go in, that the West has to go in. So that actually makes me hopeful that, let me do it one more time, just that I'm giving you the right. That looks like civil war, right? 7 of Wands, you're defending your own territory. Right, 7 of Wands is to defend your own territory, so that would be within. So that's a revolution, right? Let's see one more time. There, war. See, they are having the reason why they're having problems having war outside, that they're not equipped, is because they can't handle their own civil unrest. Look at their opposition. Their people are impoverished. They wage war and their opposition is their people. Impoverished. Hopes and fears. The church. The clergy, right? They're being held hostage by these wing nuts. The final outcome for Iran, fools take a leap of faith. We'll do the clarification. I'm seeing revolution. Yeah, I do, unfortunately, war all over the world. There is going to be some events. The opposition to Iran. Oh, strong female leadership in Iran. Strong leadership is coming to Iran. Moderates within the religion are attempting to dismantle it. Look at this. Moderate Islam. Like moderate Islam is like so healthy and normal. You should give it a try. It's very normal. Don't have to be frightened. Four of Swords, rest. Yeah, I think it's revolution. That's what it's looking like. But that's good. That's the best scenario, isn't it? Yes, a Persian spring by August, Joel. The Sun card is my August card, but also so is the Eight of Wands. Like Linda G also reads Eight of Wands as August because wands are months, right? Y'all know that, right? You can predict time with wands because a wand is based on a tree, and trees can be used to see time because of something called dendrochronology. So if you take a tree, I don't know how many people know this, but if you take a tree and you slice it, you can see the rings. And 2 rings is 1 year. Each ring is spring, summer. Like you have 2 per year, right? And you can also determine whether it was a drought year by the distance between them, right? So traditionally, readers have used wands as time predictors because of this relationship between the tree and time. But you don't have that with, say, water. Water is you go with the flow. You can never really predict with water. Swords are hard like steel and ice. And so they often are seen as like a 1-year period. And they are often typified by the ice. For example, Ace of Swords is also often the card that is representative of January 1st, new beginnings. Ace of Swords, we're starting everything. So it's a January card. And also Ace of Swords is an ice sword that's cut from ice. And so it's the first month, the first year. So January 1st. So, and the 1-year period is Ace of Swords. So if people say, how long? And I get a final outcome of an Ace of Swords, I'll say about a year. Now, is it perfect? No, because we say we really can't see the future, but we can see energy. We can see like Biden having a cold and everybody having, oh my God, because it makes for ratings. He had the cold, and the other guy was a pathological liar, and CNN wanted it to go on because they wanted people hysterical. They knew precisely what they were doing. CNN had already decided to give it to Trump before they already had decided to manipulate our hysteria because they want us to keep watching CNN, just like they did the last couple times. They want us hysterical. They want us glued, mentally erect. And the truth of the matter is it serves no purpose when we all know who we're voting for. All right, I'm going to call it a night. It looks like the security people are turning the lights out. All right, my loves. Thank you for coming to Japan with me. Assad. Is Assad going to be taken out? That I haven't. Okay, we'll do Assad real fast. War. Yes, the United States is going to hit Syria. Yes, there's war with Syria. The opposition strong. Hopes and fears, a new beginning. The final outcome. Assad is frightened and he's pulling back, and the problem with Assad, other than the fact that he doesn't believe the Holocaust happened, right? I'm seeing financial problems for Syria. It's not a rich country. The Assad family has been holding Syria hostage for a very long time, right? America will dismantle Syria and Assad will flee in order to evade capture and prosecution. That's the final outcome based on these cards. Assad will flee in order to evade prosecution for war crimes. Yeah, Assad is going to be taken out. Good question. Thank you for that. All right, everyone. Thank you for hanging. Have a great night. Be sure and share, like, subscribe, all that beautiful stuff. If you need to see me as a reader or as a physician, I will be back seeing patients and readers, giving readings after July 4th. After July 4th. All right. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. And you're right. We're talking about a revolution. All right. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time. Peace out.